Hi, welcome to For Construction Pro's Top 10 Stories of the Week. These are the stories that contractors are reading. My name's Larry Stewart. I'm with ForConstructionPros.com.
And my name is Alexis Brum, and I am the editor of Rental. And we are going to get started here with number 10. Now, rental equipment experts have hope that the second half of the year will see an increase in growth for the rental industry. For example, the American Rental Association is expecting more than 1.5% growth in 2021, after their initial expectation of only 0.3% growth back in 2020. And that's just the beginning.
All right, so a big step up in expectations. That's good to hear.
Absolutely.
Number 9 on the list is a big increase in institutional building planning pushes the Dodge Momentum Index upward. The Dodge Index is a monthly measure of the initial report on non-residential building projects and planning, so it tends to lead construction spending by about 12 months. After a 9-year low in January, institutional building planning has climbed steadily for 3 months to rebound 77% through April. Growth that's dominated in gains in the healthcare and laboratory projects.
And number 8, check out this story for detailed tips on what you can do at the paver hopper and augers and in laying mat to fight segregation. There are great tips here too for building consistent mix from quarry to asphalt plant to load out. After all, segregation in asphalt has detrimental effects on the final performance of a roadway.
All right, number 7 on the list, each skid steer saw built by hand. This is a story about Cuts Incorporated. They're both a manufacturer of diamond saw cutting attachments for skid steers. They're also contractors. They were working on this project where they're cutting hundreds of holes through a 15-inch reinforced concrete floor of a water treatment tank. And that floor is 30 feet below the water level of the adjacent Tennessee River. So they were working through feet of murky water throughout this whole thing, marking holes with flags, trying to figure out where to put them. Real interesting project.
So number 6 here, in this episode of the Digging Deeper podcast, 2 members of Barton Malo discuss the benefits they've gained by implementing tool tracking technology to not only manage hand tool inventory and logistics on projects, but also capture data on tool performance and use, which is always beneficial.
Number 5 on the list, there's a study out that says construction contractors are in short supply. Surprise there. The Institute of Supply Management surveys executives in the manufacturing and service sectors every month, and they found a shortage of construction contractors as the top economic concern in the services sector in April. Construction experienced the highest price increase of all 18 service industries as well.
And number 4, in this episode of Construction News Tracker, host Roger Mann touches on the rising costs for contractors. And now we're going to jump into a couple numbers here. There was an 83.4% jump in the price of softwood lumber, a 53.1% rise in plywood costs, and a 79.5% hike in diesel fuel prices. And another note, similar to what you were just talking about, construction employment has bounced back in many states since the pandemic has eased, but not all of them. You'll have to watch to find out more.
Number 3 on the list, how to increase visibility into construction material delivery. In this Groundbreakers podcast, Bart Ronan, who's CEO of a company called Trucks, tells our Kurt Bennick that one of the largest information gaps in the construction process is in last mile delivery of materials. While retailers have put customers first, deploying technologies that allow buyers to track where a pizza is every minute or seeing a new couch delivered on their porch, construction professionals have no visibility to where much more expensive materials are.
And number 2, when choosing between these different types of machines, it is essential for operators to understand their job site and project needs. So, for example, does your project require versatility, or would a single-purpose machine get the job done? Renters should start considering vacuum excavators too for more of their projects, as they're gaining popularity throughout the industry.
And number 1 on the list this week, heavy lifting isn't the only reason behind construction's expensive back pain problem. So the average concrete worker spends 71% of his day performing motions that increase the risk of fatigue-based back injuries. Reported back pain for construction workers is 20% higher than all other industries, according to a study by the Center for Construction Research and Training, higher than the national average across all age groups. This story offers some solutions and some perspective on how to beat this problem. And that is our list for the week. Thank you so much, Alexis.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
And thank you all for tuning in. Keep plugging away, and we will have a list for you next week. Have a great weekend.